I want a shirt that just says the Jokers at the bottom, and then it's like Heath Ledger's Joker, Jared Leto's Joker, and then like Sal, Murr, like
Shit, that's gotta exist.
it must. But just like all the Jokers.
Ranking your favorite Jokers. It's like
Or-
Murr's number 1, Heath Ledger. Fuck.
My company does do a lot of what we call Heartthrob tees, where it's like that 90s style tee where it'll just say like, Jay Leno is the first person that comes to mind because they just said Jared Leto. But like it'll say like Jay Leno, and then it'll have like 6 pictures of Jay Leno and different. You know that like very,
yeah,
like,
those things are like I see those everywhere now. There's
Yeah.
some fucking TikTok trend where you can like put your husband's face on it and be like Michael J, and it's just pictures of him making silly faces.
Owen, you ready?
Hi, Owen.
Good evening. I don't know if my internet just fucked this up or not. It was on the wrong internet. I'm on the right internet now. I'm back, baby. Back in the
Is the
stew.
right internet is the right internet in your house, or is it
No,
It's not
no,
yours.
outside of my house. We got the bad one, the cheap one.
Are you switching? Is that contract up yet?
No, it's good enough. Just not good enough for potting. That's the only thing it's not good enough for.
Yeah, the upload
Yeah.
speed.
Didn't stealing your neighbor's cable used to be a thing? Like you would just rip off your neighbor's cable?
I think you could just run a wire to like the pole in your backyard and connect it.
It's
Yeah,
weird that
I think that's
we're
it.
kind of still in that, but it's just in a different. Now you just steal their account and their password.
Are you drinking that wine in a can?
Wine in a can.
My one of my boys went grocery shopping and he bought that for me because he just liked the can. And he wanted to
Did he
take
have
a
to
sip
show
of
his
it.
ID?
Well, he didn't go by himself, but he's like he bought it for me, but he wanted to take a sip of it,
Mhm.
and I let him take a sip of it, and he hated it.
Mm.
So
I have a good segue here. This wasn't an intended topic, but you guys watched the latest season of Succession, right?
No, I only watch Industry. It's the only show I've been watching.
That's not what I was.
they are Kevin. I always thought they're like the same shows. They're completely different
No,
shows.
I would
Yeah,
say
it
it's closer to Girls than
Yeah.
it is.
And like no, it's the show that nobody's watching, but everyone's talking
Dude,
about.
it's good.
We
It's
say
really
this
good.
Fucking every podcast.
It's really good.
Oh, and have you started it?
We've already went over this too.
Oh, he was
I've
at work
wa-
earlier.
I've
Yeah.
watched it before, and then I stopped because I hated it, and then everyone keeps watching it. But I did hear we're recording on 9/4. The episode Sunday 9/2, if those days check out, was
I would say
supposedly really
9-1,
really good.
9-1.
I hear it was a good episode. So Kevin's theory or prediction seems like it's checking out. That
It's about to happen, but let's get back to Succession.
Never seen
Remember
it.
the latest season they had the Disgusting Brothers,
yes.
which is a great line. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I bet they didn't originally write that as Disgusting Brothers. I bet they wrote that as the Gruesome Twosome. And they were like, oh, that's already an Always Sunny thing. So like we need to make it a little bit different.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
Gruesome
where Wine in the
Twosome-
Can came. That's where your segue was,
Yeah,
Kevin?
yeah. So
Okay.
but they used Gruesome Twosome and Always Sunny, right?
Yeah, but I feel, gosh, did they start off with Disgusting Brothers, or did it end up them like workshopping it?
I think they just wrote the Gruesome Twosome and they were like, Always Sunny already
In the
used
writing
that.
room,
Let's like
yeah.
take it, like let's figure out a synonym. And it turned out perfect because that's my favorite part of the
Yeah.
It is
season,
great.
But I think it was just far enough that you didn't think of Always Sunny. It would
Shit,
have
I remember when
lazy.
the wine in the can came out, and being in college, like freshman year, and actually putting wine in a beer can and
Felt
thinking,
I
so
was
weird.
at
cool.
that party with you guys. I remember you guys doing this. Both of you did it, and we're like just talking about it. Wine in a can. You really wanted to do it. I didn't see that episode yet, but it was revolutionary.
But now
Yeah.
as a wine connoisseur, I understand that why that is the worst way to drink wine because it just like doesn't
You can't really
Slow,
sip
right.
it.
It's
Yeah.
also
And it's
kind
like
of
metal tasting.
It's also
Yeah.
kind of the best. I love wine, but having wine in a can is great. It's perfect for beaches, boats, podcasting.
Bees.
Yeah.
Any
It
more
just-
bees?
But the little
Bedroom.
90-degree angle, like where like the sip gets a little like unpredictable, there's a really good chance you're gonna get that red wine on your shirt while drinking
I
wine.
think
in
I
a
You
just
can.
gotta calm down. You can't drink out of a can without spilling it on yourself. That's like a 10-year-old issue.
I can't get if I get ramen, I walk away with ramen on my shirt everywhere.
Yeah, I can't talk. Whenever I drink out of those Nalgene bottles, I always it's always on my shirt. It doesn't matter. And I drink out of one every single day. And for some reason it just dribbles. And it looks like I peed myself sometimes.
Do you like that? I didn't like that wine, the wine that you're drinking now in the can.
Did you
I
get
kind of
this one? Is this the rosé
that
with the
exact one.
bubbles?
Yeah. It's just like
fine. It's fine. It's nothing. It's the middle of the week. So that's what I picked. I picked
just
it for
feel
the
like-
boat and it was left over.
Middle of Labor Day week. It's a whole different week. This
Yeah.
week is
Whole
I feel
different
like,
week for a whole different way to drink wine.
go on.
That's all I got, man.
Yeah, go Dennis.
More.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Air.
Oh boy. All right. I
Fuck,
can
play an ad. Play an ad. Play an ad.
All right, Owen, so how are you feeling about just give us how are you feeling about your investment? Are you gonna make money
Dude,
or are
I
you gonna
don't
lose
want to
money?
talk about this on pod. I said
Well, I started investing too. That's the segue.
footballs.
In a way.
Okay.
I put $25 into DraftKings for college football season with the goal of making $500 off of it. So,
$25 to make 500.
yeah,
Yeah,
really,
easy.
really common investment. Really, honestly, textbook.
Owen, do you gamble at all?
No.
Just on like the real estate market?
That's
Yeah,
gambling.
It's gambling, but there's some like pretty straightforward numbers.
Yeah. Same with the over under.
Yeah,
The spreads
That
on
is true.
games.
It's
Incredibly
all over.
easy to read.
I am not a financial advisor. None of this is investment advice. It's all a risk, though.
So I don't. I think you're not quite understanding gambling. It's really easy to place a bet and understand the numbers. I think this team is going to win. I think this team is going to lose. With real estate, is it different?
Next question.
Okay. So I put $25 into DraftKings with the goal of 10xing my investment.
Like it, Grant Cardone mindset.
So my strategy so far has been to just every time I'm gonna place a bet, I need to go on Reddit or some forum. It just makes sure like I have a bet that somebody else has put the work on. Like very like I bet over the weekend. I bet Dennis. What was that bet? Not
Ohio State. Or the
No, that one was obvious. It was the other one.
on the Monday game
Yeah.
that the one team would win.
Oh, Boston
spread.
College.
Yeah.
Would. So I just want to confirm, like one person has done the research and says Boston College is likely to cover this $13 spread. Do you have something to say?
Yeah. Is there another side where they say Boston College isn't going to cover this?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that
So you got
gets
one
less-
person on both sides. Of
No,
course you're
no.
going to find someone that says, yeah, this will work.
So Reddit does this cool thing where it puts all the most liked comments on the top and the least liked comments at the bottom. So if I'm reading one, it's going to be like 13 people agree with it. So my system is that I'm just going to try to stick to bets that other people have done the work on.
That's smart.
But I got a little greedy tonight. I bet on the WNBA.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark.
It was that game.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, what other game would it be?
I tailed Kevin, which is a gambling term.
That's
I
a
tailed
Reddit
his
term.
bet. And there's another guy, Drew the listener, who's big into betting, and we've been doing unders. So you know what over under is, Owen?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm familiar
So-
with betting. All
Yeah.
the terms, everything.
So Kevin suggested doing the under on this WNBA game because women can't shoot basketballs.
Or score. Or score.
To Kevin's terms or quote by Kevin.
So basically,
True.
I'm empowering women. I'm betting on them. I'm betting on them to be pathetic, which
But-
is feminist.
Tell them
In a
what
way.
happened.
They
Turns out
covered.
girls can score points, huh?
Dude, they could not miss.
Oof, goodness.
They fucking hit everything.
Oh,
I
no.
illegally streamed the game. Here's the thing, Owen. They missed every layup. But when it came to a 2 or 3 pointer, like mid-range to 3-point, they hit everything. It was so frustrating.
Why do you think they missed the layups?
I think it's because it's just like,
Seems harder for them to make layups. They're not as close to the backboard, and then they get a lot of people down
Yeah.
there to like
When-
push them
I remember
around.
when
and it's a little more physical down there for
Yeah.
women.
I remember when I played basketball, which I was not good at all.
What? We came up with the Shaq pass for you because you didn't score a single point in the entire season. So my dad came up with a play to get Dennis to score 1 basket, and it was only to pass it to Dennis. And we were at St. Albert's. We were playing.
I remember the gym.
I can't believe you
we
remember
put in
this
the
and I
shit.
don't.
My dad called the
I
play. We
remember
gotta do the Shaq pass. We did the Shaq pass, and Dennis scored a point. 2 arms in the air. The whole crowd went wild because Dennis scored a point.
For context,
So
Dennis's name is Dennis Shack. So you would think that he has
Thanks.
a little. Oh,
Dox
was
him.
that your point?
No, he doesn't
Oh,
want to
no,
be
I've
doxxed.
never said my last name. No one knew who I was.
We'll
Okay.
cross out the Drella and put just Shaq and the beep.
Well, guess
Yeah.
what?
Beep Shaq.
Tell
Yeah.
your dad that night I had a gun ready. I was about to kill myself if I didn't score a point. I'm on this earth because of him.
Well, I'm sure he'd
What a
appreciate
story.
that. We'll go on to the next year. We split up. There was A, B, C, D, E teams, and Dennis. you
No,
made-
not E. Not
okay,
E.
all right. D team was in the E league, and Dennis was an all-star on that team.
I was one of the best people. My
Him
dad
and
was a
Eddie Rowe.
coach. My dad was a coach and never played basketball in his entire life. He invited his friend who knew basketball. And our practice, I remember, was like the worst people that, obviously, because we were on the D team.
It is
And-
funny, the concept of a D team, because there's an A, B, C team, which is like A, very competent basketball players. B, not so competent, but they can get it done.
That was me.
Yeah. C, okay, these guys are at least athletic. They can like get up and down the court. D, everything at the bottom.
Except Eddie Rowe. They had Eddie Rowe. He didn't show up to the tryouts, so he immediately got put on the worst
And-
team, and he fucking crushed the whole
Yeah,
league.
we-
They rolled
we
over
beat-
every team.
We beat the C team because of Eddie Rowe.
Go ahead.
You know what?
Dennis.
I think I know, like, because of my experience, I never really thought about how funny that was being on a team. Because I remember like situations where my dad would be coaching and like throw someone a ball and it would hit him like in the head, like what you see in movies, like when there's a really bad team, and that's like how it was. And I remember I was the only like decent player because I actually knew the plays and
Yeah.
like could run the plays and was
Yeah.
the only one that cared. And Eddie Rowe was just good. He scored probably about 80% of the points. So
Very
They-
funny. You were good on that league, though. I'll give you that. You did good. I saw games.
yeah, thanks, man.
I had a really good comparison, but I've lost it. Or
I think
lost
we
it.
roasted him enough. That was kind of mean, Dennis. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You're a great athlete.
Oh, I don't really care.
You're good at golf. So that's all that matters now. Kevin
Not that
pretends like
good.
basketball matters right now because he plays
I-
on Thursday nights.
Not this Thursday, I sprained my ankle, but that is not what we're talking about.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah. Is it
No, it's
iced?
actually
Is it elevated?
it's compressed.
Mm.
Did you sprain it during the game?
Yeah, playing basketball.
When you
Wow.
had to stop?
Yeah, I screamed "fuck" a few times.
Oof.
Though I don't want to get into this, but
Okay,
like,
well, you ask questions of things
Okay,
I didn't
Owen
want to
can't talk about the real estate. You can't talk about your sprained ankle, really?
no, because I play in a basketball league and people get injured all the time. Where it's just like, oh, stop the game, so and so hurt their ankle, and like their injuries are just like, oh gosh, I gotta shake it off, and then they're playing again normal. And I like know when I get injured, it is like, okay, I'm out for a month. Like it just is such a different injury, and I don't think I get enough. Like I send pictures of my foot.
Oh God, not again.
Why didn't you send one
What's
to
up
Owen?
with you guys? I do not want it. Actually,
Because
I do want to see this because this sounds like an actual or injury, unlike Dennis's
yeah, mine was pretty bad.
jammed toe that looked like he's
And gout.
But I just wanted everybody to know that I wasn't a pussy. And maybe that's just comes down to my confidence level. But I'm like, look, I really got fucking injured. Like my screams, me going down on the ground and leaving the game was warranted. Like sometimes people will leave a game and come back after 5 minutes.
Well,
And
this
not.
is your place to do it, Kevin. Doesn't the whole team listen to this podcast? Let
I
them
think
know
I've-
how injured you are.
I already have.
Okay.
I'm
You
pretty
guys,
injured.
he's injured. I've never seen Kevin like this in my entire life. He's
All right,
hurting.
well, you know what I've seen recently? The Walking Dead.
So timely, Kevin.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Walking Dead, Owen? How many seasons?
Honestly, like until they got into that train, and I was like, I don't think I could watch more Walking Dead, more zombies. And it's the
They got to
same
a
story
train?
over and over.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Dude, and that's like season 10.
You
Holy
watched season
shit.
10. Well done.
I went far. I don't know if it was season 10. It just kept going. And at some point, I was like, they need to fucking end the show or something else needs to happen. But Kevin, enjoy it while you can because it is amazing at the beginning. It's a great
Yeah,
show.
I remember when the first episode came out. Kevin, we were at OU.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the same dorm together. And I'm like, this show is fucking amazing. Like this first episode was so good, and like you've never seen, felt like a movie. Like back then, you didn't
Yeah.
see like stuff like that on regular TV, like AMC. That's when AMC was starting to get their
Mm-hmm.
all the good shows, Breaking Bad,
Mad Men.
Mad Men, Walking Dead. And I watched, I think, the first 3 seasons, and it just kind of fucking, as soon as they only I cared about why they were infected. When they got into fucking like just surviving and like it became like a soap opera, that's when I didn't give a fuck.
I think
Yeah.
that is the problem. I think the more seasons you give, the more it becomes a soap opera. Because what is a soap opera? Like it's a show that's been going on for 75 years. And like they're not telling a story. They're just like putting you in a day in the life. But
Yeah.
you know what I remember about that, Dennis? That
Something with popcorn.
no,
Okay.
back then, if you showed up in a burrito costume to Chipotle, they'd give you a free burrito. So everybody would just put like one sleeve of tinfoil on their arm and call it a.
Yeah. Was that
Oh,
on
burrito.
Halloween? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that came out on Halloween.
Yeah.
That was the best. The
I think
burritos
it was my
were the
21st
worst.
birthday.
Yeah.
Or
Oh.
like 20th birthday.
And we were watching Walking Dead in the
Yeah.
dorm room.
I didn't watch it. This is my first time.
No, you definitely watched it. I was in there. And
No,
I think
I remember the year because that was the year I did a shake weight costume. And
I
my
remember
costume,
that.
I just wore a tank top and carried around a shake weight. And Dennis dressed up like in full MacGruber. And just nobody
Shit, I
showed love for
remember both of
MacGruber.
those.
Nobody loved MacGruber, but everybody loves shake weight. Sorry, Dennis. That
Shake
costume-
man, that
was-
would kill
that
it
was-
now.
That was a great
Yeah.
outfit. That was a great. Those are both really good costumes. Costumes. Sarah says I say costume wrong. How do you guys say it?
Costume.
Fuck.
Costume. Costume.
I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
But I'm in on The Walking Dead. I'm a full season in. Here's my defense for it. It ages really well because there's no technology or pop culture references. So it's just like this was set in Atlanta in early 2000s. Life stopped, and here's what happened. Like there's just like nothing to age it, which is one of the
Yeah.
reasons I like Mad Men because it's set in the past.
Unless you're a car guy. If you know cars, it'll age.
Are you a car guy?
Yeah, are you a car guy?
Dude, fucking Fords, Buicks.
You just know the main,
Chrysler.
most mass-produced cars.
Man,
Eddie Rowe
get
works
me,
for
yeah,
Buick now. If you didn't know that.
Eddie Rowe's dad worked for Pepsi.
he did work for Pepsi.
And I went to me and my dad were just car shopping for him one time when I was home at like 27. And yeah, we went to the Buick in Strongsville, and Eddie Rowe was our dealer.
Damn,
Yeah.
Eddie
Swear to
Rowe
God.
making a lot of airtime today.
Tag him. Wait, are you really a car guy, Owen? I didn't know that.
Hell no, man. I don't know anything about cars.
And why does The Walking Dead not hold up? Like so far, I've seen like a Winnebago
Yeah,
and
you
a,
just
a
said something
Charger.
won't date it, and it's like the cars will date it. a car guy will see it, be like, this is dated, it's old,
No,
because
but
all these cars are from
but
2000.
it's old in the sense that like time stopped and they had the most recent cars. It's not like
I
I'm
get
not
it.
suspending. Okay.
Forget what I said. It was
Okay,
a
okay.
dumb thing, and it wasn't supposed to go that deep.
But I really like it in the sense that I thought it was just going to be some really stupid horror show, but it's way more like Lost. It's way more just like
The
philo-
first season.
yes, I'm just getting into season 2, but it's more like philosophical about like, is he really dead? Like, what's the hierarchy like in society? Does society matter? I'm really enjoying it. I'm
There's like
loving.
5 spin-offs now of that. There's like
That's why I'm so
Fear the
intrigued by
Walking
it.
Dead. There's one that just came back with the main guy, like even after the 10
Yeah.
fucking seasons.
Yeah.
And then there's one that's just the Daryl guy.
So I
People
run.
liked Daryl too much.
I know he's too scrubby looking.
He's
like
weird.
I don't even want
He
to fucking
looks
look at him.
so fucking
No,
weird. He's
no,
hard to
I'll
look at.
I'll sell you
Oh,
on
Kevin
Daryl.
loves Daryl. All right, sell us, Kevin.
Oh, he's mad.
So I have been running the Walking Dead shop email program for like 2 years now, and I always hated Daryl. I was like, what the fuck is this guy with his fucking wig? He looks so dumb. But then I saw him in the first season. I'm like, this guy's Sawyer. He's like got a buzz cut. He's basically Sawyer from Lost, just like kind of the wild card. And
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying him in this.
Well,
'cause
I do like the relationship between him and his brother. I remember that. And like his brother was an actual huge dick.
yeah,
And
one
like
guy's
everyone
kind
thought
of-
he was, and he was actually like a nice guy.
So I think there's something to him. Yes, he has a terrible look with the hair. Owen, go for it.
I get the character. I get that we will like him. He's just hard to look at. Is what we're trying to get at. He's
Yeah.
a likable guy.
But yeah, the spin-offs are ridiculous. They have Negan. Is that his name? Megan?
I don't know what you're trying to, I feel like you're almost about to say a slur that we can't say, but I don't know which one.
Negan.
Whoa.
Megan with an N. He is now in New York City. Rick Grimes is
Rick Ross.
is somewhere else with Michonne, and Daryl Dixon went to France.
What's he doing in New York? Theater major. Trying to make it.
I said
Trying to make
NYU.
it in the big zombie city.
Yeah,
This
but he
is
works.
New York.
He works at a coffee shop, and it's just
Luck
like,
be a lady. That's not New York at all. Just walking down the street all jolly.
oh, and did
The
you have any
best thing-
topics?
Yeah, the best thing that show could have done for itself is end early. It's just like artists that go on for too long. Best thing they could have done for their career is die.
Actually, I just had this conversation with somebody at a ramen shop during lunch.
How much did you spill on yourself?
Yeah, that's why you fucking mentioned ramen.
I just had this conversation because Simple Plan was playing. George, do I have permission to sing?
Yes.
Okay. You know that song? Hey, Dad, look at me. Sit
Yeah.
down and talk to me. Okay. That song was playing, and the guy.
Go up according to plan.
Oh, yeah, I have heard that.
Give us one line of it, Dennis.
Yeah.
No,
let's
I mean,
hear it.
I barely know it. Just that.
Cool. Yeah. Poser.
But that guy was talking about how all those people are on tour right now, or like they have like some show with like Sum 41, Simple Plan, etc. All those like punk pop bands,
Yeah.
and how they're still just trying to like grasp onto what they had. Like they're just like I told the guy, he's like, oh dude, I would love to go to that show and just like enjoy it again. I'm like, no, I would hate to go to that show because I would just go there and feel older because everybody's just trying to feel young. Like,
yeah,
I-
that
Yeah.
would. I've never
yeah.
thought about that, Kevin. That is spot on.
It does. It does suck now. Like where we're at the age where we're not considered like we're borderline young. We're like not young anymore.
Yeah.
We're transitioning to being
Yeah.
middle aged.
Yeah, we're all trans, and
Yeah.
we all would potentially. We might not do it, but we would love to bring a folding chair to one of these concerts.
Yeah.
Yes. But
We won't do it yet.
it does suck because you are just chasing that high when you were young. Like I saw OAR 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
And-
Perfect example.
Yeah. And I was on the young side of that audience, but I just remember going to concerts and like drinking fucking 12 beers beforehand, like just being totally fucked up. And I'm like, how was I in public listening to this concert? And then I go out afterwards, and now I'm trying to chase that high, and it's like I'll have 2 beers that don't make my stomach hurt, and like I
Yeah.
can't eat too much so I can drink more.
Dennis, that's a perfect example. I agree. OAR, perfect example, because it's like all those people are 40, 50 trying to like have one night of being young again, and they're trying to like recreate a memory.
Yeah, and it
Whereas-
was so funny. Like, there's 2 guys. There's a family in front of us that was like going so hard to like in the show, so into it, like they fucking love OAR, and then they leave halfway through it. Like they didn't stay. It was like all an act, and then they just fucking left.
They just go. They played Crazy Game of Poker. I'm out of here.
They didn't even get to that. They actually so during Crazy Game of Poker, everyone
Oh, they
throws
did
poker
play.
cards.
Oh, how lame!
But
Okay.
these
So
people,
Did you know about
No,
this and
but
bring
these-
poker cards?
no, that I didn't.
Good.
But these people in front of me left before they played Crazy Game of Poker, and they gave me their poker cards.
I
So
was
had
just gonna
them.
ask, did they even give you their poker?
Yeah.
What
So
the
I had
fuck?
them, and then I threw them.
So here, that's perfect, because that's so lame in my opinion to like try to go to that concert and recreate your experience. Like I think it's cooler. I'll give 2 examples. I state Bob Dylan as a genius because like that guy recreated himself every 10 years. Like he never was playing the same character every 10 years. Like he went from like folk rock to like, I guess he.
Yeah, I mean that's
That
good
was-
for him, but he's like top 10
Of all
most
time.
famous people. If you're
Oh, wait,
fucking mid-size, like blew up for 2 years, you're not going to be able to recreate yourself. Like they played a new song, and like that's when everyone sat down at the concert. So
It's
it's
true.
just everyone's
Yeah.
just waiting for the song
tr-
they know.
and they tried to recreate themselves. Their album after all like their hits
Oh,
was
yeah.
just shit. And
Honestly,
like,
it
tried to
was-
get picked up by MTV, and like they almost made it bigger, but never did anything.
So
There are a lot of songs that are famous by them. I mean,
they
And-
had a huge short run. It was incredible.
no,
Yeah.
I would say 10 years, 10-year run, which is
Heavy,
pretty good
yeah,
for
yeah.
music.
In the scheme of the planet, Dennis, what percentage is that?
I think people
Like
that went to
35%?
college from I think people that went to college from like 2005 to like 2010, that was like maybe like 2000 to 2010. That was their heyday, and then it just nothing after that.
The worst part of being at a concert, which this always hits me for a good 10 minutes,
It's
is
the weed pen.
no,
Fucks
just
you
the
up.
thought in my head that just keeps going over and over again is, should I be sitting or should I be standing?
Oh
Should
my
I be
God,
sitting?
You've already mentioned
You're
it like
the-
4 times,
you are the
and
most
I've never
stress-
thought about that.
stressful person in the world
Because
Just
it's like
enjoy it.
I have 2 people in front of me sitting, and I have like a person over to the right standing, and the person behind me sitting. Should I be sitting or standing? And then I asked Lisa, and she's like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, I wish I.
Lisa's very good for you. You need that
I
voice in your
100%
head.
I
agree.
know.
Because Dennis,
know.
I am the same way. Sarah would be the same way back to me. But you, I think, this is a you thing for sure. And I feel like
Yeah.
I have had to call you out sometimes. It makes me feel a little bit more normal. I'm like, oh shit, I had to tell Dennis that it's all right to do whatever he wants to do. You don't need to worry about the other people.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't cross your mind when you're at a concert and like half
No.
the people around you are sitting.
It would if people behind me were sitting and I was standing up.
Yeah,
I'd feel
that's what
awkward.
happened.
Yeah, I'd feel awkward.
But
But if
then
the
it's
people in front of me are standing up, I'd be like, "You guys, I'm sorry, you're behind you. I'm not going to sit down. I want to see the show." But-
Okay, so people 2 rows in front of me were standing, but the people right in front of me were sitting. And then the
Okay.
people behind.
I
How
go
do I
back-
calculate this?
I'm going back to your. You have a valid reason to start stressing out then, because I don't know how you'd have to play some math or physics into this. Like,
Here's
how
where
tall
Owen
is
and
the guy?
Dennis are
How short
different.
is he?
Let me run this through. Owen is worried about the people behind him not being able to see. Dennis is worried about is he fitting in with the people amongst the crowd. It's 2 very
That is so
different-
true.
very
I don't give a
different
fuck about the
battles.
people behind me. I like
He's like, do I look normal? Am I part
Yes.
of the, very different battles you two are having. The fact that Owen mentioned physics, I know exactly that's where his head was at.
Oh, that's good.
I think my fear is like everyone's gonna look at me and be like, that guy took a hit of his weed pen.
Yeah. It'd be even funnier if me and Dennis were at the show. We're both trying to figure out the solution, but we are coming from two completely different angles, so neither of us makes sense to each other.
I like that you two are coming from completely different angles in terms of angles.
Okay, where's this segue going?
I think we
Heard
just go,
angle. Have you guys heard?
I think we just go. Yeah, I have a new angle. No, I have a different angle. It's Deep Internet Corner. Dennis, take us there, please.
Fuck yes, this is my
Oh,
favorite. You
God.
better have something.
All right. So this is not viral at all, but it's come across my feed a bunch. So for some reason I've been getting, in Vegas, there's that
Actually,
one restaurant.
Dennis, I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay.
No, because Dennis loves Deep Internet, and he has been sharing this guy on Twitter for probably over a year, who's an intern, but it's just the AI face or like the.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you do an impression of this guy, Brian Alvarez?
Shit, I can't do an impression.
I
haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, so I loved that guy because it was basically this normal looking, I'll say Jewish guy, maybe something, and he would put this like beauty filter on his face, and he would just walk down the street,
And he'd have like a Brazilian accent,
yeah,
and he'd be like, "Hello, Twitter fam," and he would just say words just a little bit wrong.
yeah, it was like a perfect.
My internship, my intern shit.
He would say intern shit. He'd be like, I work really hard to my intern shit so I can thrive in financial community. It's like this perfect, but that guy has a show on FX now that I must watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like the lead writer, producer, actor in it, called English Teacher. And I'm like, that guy's bought my time. I need to at least give his show a real watch. But get back into Deep Internet Corner.
Okay.
It's called English Teacher.
Ain't us for ads, Kevin? It's called English Teacher.
Indirectly, I do make money off of it.
All right. Do you know in Vegas there's that restaurant on Fremont Street, which is Old Vegas, that is called the Heart Attack
Heart Attack Grill
restaurant? Yeah, and if you weigh 350 pounds, you get a free burger.
Shut up! Wait, I never heard of this.
A free meal.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
What's the story there?
It's called Heart Attack Restaurant, and their whole gimmick is like they serve really unhealthy food, and if you're really fat, you get free food.
And you have to sign waivers before you eat shit.
Yeah.
So they're basically incentivizing people that like are really unhealthy to eat there and like share their story. Or something.
Basically like heroin dealers just
true
going towards the addicts and making money off of them.
Yeah. So outside the restaurant, there's a big scale with a big number, so anyone could walk up and weigh themselves.
Oh, no.
So I've been getting fed these videos of just this guy filming people weigh themselves. And so he puts on like, here's everyone that weighs like 190. And they put like, it's all women too.
190 is pretty thick for a woman.
I know, but it's so interesting because you see a woman walk up and she's like, no way this lady weighs 190. She's like too skinny and she weighs 190. And then you see this huge fat lady. You're like, no way this person weighs 190. And they weigh 190. And then it's like 250.
So your internet algorithm has nothing to do with this restaurant. It's just watching people indiscreetly weigh themselves.
Yes, and it's
amazing.
So let me see if I can play a video for you all here. You guys haven't seen this?
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh wait.
190.
Let's guess her weight. She's definitely 190.
Wait, I want to get.
I was gonna say.
Tell me how much you weigh, and I'll show you people who weigh the
256.
same as you.
230. Oh, this is amazing.
Oh my god.
No, she's not.
This woman
364.
This is skewed, Dennis.
Oh my gosh.
465.
See, look at.
Whoa, smaller. She's mad about that? Oh, well, I guess she's mad she's that fat.
No, she's mad she doesn't get the free
meal. Look at how fast she ran off. She was so embarrassed.
Dennis, can you pause this for a second? This scale is way off.
There's no way. Yeah, these
Those
are
women
crazy.
are like
So people send requests like, I want to see people that weigh
Tell me
225.
how much you weigh, and I'll show you people who weigh the same as you.
that guy
Oh,
looks
that's the
like
guy.
Yeah, he looks.
he's this thing is
Yeah,
off.
I think that's normal.
You guys are in on this. I can tell.
Dude, I love this. This is
Yeah,
amazing. I just want to get. I feel like
That's about right, 230. Yeah.
Dennis, you could put it on mute so we could
You
talk about
like
it.
this song?
Honestly,
It's bad for pod.
I know what itch this is scratching. I know.
What?
Take it off the screen.
Take it out. He can't even see it anymore. Come
the
on, Kevin. Let's hear it.
The reason that is so good is because it just you are the bystander in Vegas. Like,
Come on, Kevin.
16 beers deep.
Oh, you are so right. I would love to be sitting there for like 30 minutes. You're like kind of taking a break and you're looking around and you're like, oh my God. And then you just start noticing people weigh themselves and you guys just start guessing on
what is
I'd be
this?
glued
What
to
is
that
this?
for
What am I
hours.
watching? Like, I just need a break from that casino. I just lost $250. Whoa, what is this thing? Oh, I can just mentally in my head just watch people guess their weights.
Yeah.
And
Because Kevin, do you know where this is at? You know that one bar we went karaoke in Vegas?
Oh,
It's
damn,
right
that
across the
place was
street.
fun.
Shit,
Yeah.
we have this seems like this has to be a field trip for us. Because I really want to go.
Yeah.
I want to stand on it and see
I wanna
how
stand on
accurate
it
it
too.
is because I don't know about this thing.
I feel like it's because you see other people that are like 150. You're like, okay, that makes sense.
Maybe we can make a plea to George here. George, you're getting married. You need a bachelor party. We're at least 3 guaranteed people that will come. We may not be the top 3, but we will definitely come to that. Owen hates Vegas, so that's the only problem.
But now he's
will
got
go.
a reason.
No, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go. I've decided to
for the
let it go.
scale.
Next time you guys decide to say, "Hey, we're doing a trip and we're going to Vegas," I'm just
Vegas
gonna
is
eat
probably
it, and I'm
very-
just gonna go.
It's very different with us than probably your other friends that
it's
you
not,
went with.
Yeah, it's a very
What do you-
low key.
the other friends I honestly had a great time the first time I went, but I rethink about it now that I'm not 21. I was like, I don't know if I'd enjoy it, but I'd have fun with any friends. It doesn't matter where you are, though. So
Yeah, the only thing I've never been to a club in Vegas.
I don't want to
Yes, you
go.
have. We fucking went to a club.
That was not how I pictured a club in Vegas. I'm picturing that club, Dennis. That was not a club. There was no sparklers. There was no.
Can we?
It was,
What?
Don't want to. I don't want to go. You
It was a
want to go to
dance
that?
club.
That's the kind of
it
stuff I would
did
want to
not feel
avoid.
like a club.
I would
It did-
see what I
I
want
think
to
it was
do.
because we all none of us were single. We were all like,
Yeah,
it
that's
was kind
true.
of
It was
lame. We
kinda
were all just
lame,
standing in a
yeah.
corner, like dancing with some random guy.
I just have this. I picture a club like a strip club. Like,
That's what I was
picture, like,
imagining. Kevin
Atlanta.
was thinking.
Yeah, I picture like booths and like I just have watched too much TV. And I think you're right. That was a club. There was dancing, but it just wasn't what I had in my head.
We've been to the pool parties.
Those are fun.
Those are like more
fun.
clubby.
Oh, and
I
how much pee do you think there is in the flamingo pool?
I would think majority. I'd say like 80-20. 80% water, 20% pee.
That sounds accurate.
We were there for probably like what 5 hours, Kevin. I think I peed at least once an hour.
In the
In the
pool.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't think I
God.
did.
On pod, you're saying this. We dropped your full name earlier.
Kevin, you're telling me you didn't pee in that pool? You pee so much.
I piss so much, but I just don't piss in pools.
You're a fucking liar.
So Kevin, you get out and you go.
Yeah,
And
I love
No,
the
you
little
don't.
break. I love the little break. I love to walk to the. I do find my sandals, find my wallet,
You are a liar.
walk to the terrible bathroom. I probably did it. I probably did it.
Probably.
7
You sound like
times.
fucking Donald Trump. You didn't.
Greatest pee, most excellent pee. It was some perfect pee. It was a
being in
perfect
pools
pee.
is wild, but I think you could do it in Vegas and no one's going to be mad at you.
And you're drinking like 10 beers.
Yeah.
You're getting out of that pool?
Dude, yeah. How many times you getting out of the pool, Kevin?
So much. Do you guys know?
Okay,
have
so
you ever
if we
seen
do
me
go to
in
Vegas
a
at any
social
point,
setting?
If we
I
do
do
go
not stand still.
that is true,
Never at any point do I stand still.
but sure, but you could not stand still in a pool still.
There is no better excuse to like leave go think about my next joke
Yeah.
like then go to the bathroom.
That's true.
I do like these pool parties because you're all huddled in a group together and you get progressively more drunk. And then my thing is I like to just go off on my own and like try to bump into people and form relationships. That's what's fun about it.
That sounds awful. I'd like to just.
I can only do that when I'm drunk. I could never do that sober ever.
I was at is it Planet Hollywood, Dennis, in Vegas?
The one we went to?
No, just Planet Hollywood is like a pretty big casino. I always mix it up
where
with
the
like
women
Hard Rock.
dance on the table.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do that there.
Is that a club?
No, it's just a casino.
Oh, I had a great craps night there with my brothers once, and they kept feeding us shots from underneath the craps table, and it tasted like Windex, and we're like, this tastes like Windex. Are you feeding us fucking Windex? But anyways, I went there another time with a bunch of my dad's friends and my brother Matt. So it was like me, Matt at like 26, 27, my dad's friends at like 54, and we were all just hanging out at the pool one afternoon. And there was a bunch of like fraternity brothers there from UC Riverside, and I was having like this regret of never joining a fraternity because Dennis, we almost joined a fraternity in college, and I agree, Owen. It doesn't seem that great in hindsight, but I always had this regret because it would have made college so much easier for me just to have like met all these people up front, not really liked them. So I was like, hey, will you guys let me join this fraternity right here, right now? Like, I'll rush. I'll do whatever you want me to do. And they had me chugging so many beers in this pool that I was like gonna puke. And I was like, I'm out. Like, I can't do this. Like, I'm 26 years old. Like, this is impossible.
So do you make it? Are you in?
Or did they kick you out?
I think they kind of gave me a pat on the back. And like, I guess I'm an old guy now. I think they kind of just were like, all right, you're off.
Yeah. Not so
Fuck it.
cool. Yeah.
26. It's not even old. I'm glad you're at 54. You can still go to Vegas and party though.
I think that's
you got
maybe
a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Peeing in pool. Well, not peeing in pools, Kevin. Dennis, you can continue.
But I think most of the entertainment is watching like the 26-year-old go try to do stuff like that.
Yeah. It's kind of like they might be laughing with you, but they might also be laughing at you. But you don't care.
No, I didn't care. I just wanted,
I don't have good topics. I have a lot of topics, and I'm like, oh, these are going to be flops.
Give us one.
Oh, God.
Your best one.
Give us your best one.
What is it? Fucking Starbucks guy still here?
It's my next door neighbor. No. Oh, man. That must have been such a bad one that if that's what you brought up.
I was so let down when you said it and you're like, I got a story about my neighbor. I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be juicy.
Yeah, because your neighbor is actually entertaining.
I
mean, my neighbors are entertaining too, but I'm friends with them. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Dan.
Starbucks
happy birthday,
guy?
Dan.
No, YouTube
guy.
It's
gonna be like, I just looked at the news and it seems like the federal interest rate is gonna go up 0.5 points.
Federal interest rate going up? That's a bad thing, Kevin. It's going down.
I don't quite understand that. And that's what
I don't quite get it.
That's what makes industry such a tough watch for me.
No,
all going back to industry.
I do love with. Last night I finally broke it to Lisa. I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
I don't think anybody knows what they're talking
about. The business stuff, but I'm so interested in it.
It's fascinating.
They're like, we need to buy these shares or we're fucked. I'm like, why? I don't get it. But
Dennis, just promise me you'll stick through this latest episode because it was the only way I can describe it was uncut gems, but good. Like it was like somebody saw Uncut Gems and was like, this could be better. This could be more relatable. Uncut Gems. It could be better, and it fucking nailed it. It was so good. I felt like
I feel like I want to. Can I just watch that episode?
Yes, I think you can. Okay. It helps.
Oh, and I think you would like. I think you'd like industry.
I tried. We've gone over this. Everyone's heard our thoughts on this. But I think I will give it. I think I will end up watching it all the way through.
Uncut Gems.
So I've watched 12 episodes. So like the first season, the second half of the second season, half of it.
And you said you only like one character. Who's your favorite?
The one guy that you said too, the
Eric?
Asian guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's just
Okay.
the
Yeah.
most relatable.
But the main character is like, I don't really give a fuck about.
That's
like,
how Girls was too, but it was still good. If you
Girls
ever
was
watched
a good
Girls.
fucking show.
Yeah, it is very similar to Girls, but there's more sex, and it's just
There's
the
more
sex-
sex than in Girl. I feel like
I don't
Girls.
think
There's
so. I think
Lena
Dennis is
Dunham
just
was
more
flopping them
focused on
out
the
every
sex.
single episode. I feel like.
And this girl's the same. She has very underwhelming boobs, and
How
you
much?
see
All
'em.
right, so she goes to Vegas and she walks onto the scale. What is? What's her weight?
wait, the main girl.
Yeah.
I'd guess 115.
Whoa. I thought you
she's
said she was
tiny.
underwhelming. Oh, like not like
She's like 4'11". She's like 4'10". They show her next to like actresses or
Yeah.
actors, and she's so small.
It's
looking.
very similar to Girls in the sense that like the main actress is just she's not that interesting, and like she's
always
kind of,
about to cry,
yeah,
which I don't like.
and everybody else around them is great in my opinion.
I don't like the main guy though. That like the British guy.
Oh, I love that guy with the really thick. Okay, maybe I can sell you on him. You know who he sounds exactly like? King Cruel.
Ooh, I might watch
Oh,
the
maybe
show.
I gotta. Okay.
Is it coming? Is it go? He sounds exactly like that. He's got like
Okay.
this thick accent.
Yeah.
You could just tell he's
Fuck.
like
All right,
the
I'm
English
in.
equivalent to like a hillbilly. And I think that kind of is.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm surprised you weren't hooked on the first episode, Owen.
No, couldn't get in. I was like, this show stinks.
Oh
With the
man,
guy that
We've gone over
ODs?
this, guys.
Yeah, we've
we've
done this
gone
like
over
that,
this
Dennis.
so
Alright.
many times.
Dennis,
This is
all right.
third
Oh, shit.
episode, I think,
Next.
that we've gone over.
hang on.
Owen,
Did
do
you
have a
guys
quick-
go over Kevin's move when he moved? Kevin, new studio. Did you go over this move, or do you want to move right past this topic?
Well, I did. My only comment was I've never hired movers before. It was so awkward to just be like, "Hey, I'm not going to carry this really heavy thing. You two are."
So you
Things over
felt
there.
bad.
It was really embarrassing. Yes, it was very
It's
embarrassing.
Kevin's their
What?
job.
Okay,
and
so-
that you hired him. So like you hired somebody
Yeah.
to do a job, then that's how you deal with that.
So see,
I get
what-
where you're.
I'm trying to figure this out. So at a concert, I'm afraid to stand. But like, if I hired someone to move stuff, I would not ever be like feel bad about it ever.
Dennis would be yelling at them.
I think it's
throwing
maybe
shit
it has
at
to do with
them.
money, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, it took me a lot of effort to put money and actually have someone move that I'm not gonna like feel bad about it.
All right, Dennis, let's spend
You
5
guys.
minutes
Okay,
figuring out.
Owen have a topic.
No,
Nah,
Owen
fuck
had
no.
nothing.
Okay.
It's in-
I've been so busy. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't had.
Doing what?
I've been a lot.
Are you gonna be able to talk about this house once you sell it?
Yeah, I'd feel a lot better. So it's kind of like a vulnerability type thing that I don't want to,
well, this
Jinx
is
it.
Yeah,
this is
I just want to
history
get
being
it done.
recorded. Can you drop a prediction, like a number?
'Cause
Okay.
That's exactly
I
what he
just-
doesn't want to do.
Yeah, just don't
All
want
right.
any.
I got a good
Dennis,
feeling
we
about
have
it.
5 minutes. We have 5 minutes left. I want to help you with. Dennis is going to be an officiant. That's the term, right?
Mhm.
At a wedding in the near future.
Saturday.
wedding
This-
you are. Dennis.
And he needs to do a speech. So I don't think you want to give your speech, but do you need any advice? Is there anything we can help you with? Any jokes
Ooh.
you want to run by
Yeah.
us?
Yeah, so I'm doing the officiating this wedding. So there's like 220 people.
That's a big wedding.
I know. And so I've been chosen to do this. So I met
In
with
front
them
of 220 people. Normally, I feel like
Yeah.
when someone officiates a wedding, it's like 20
I would
close
say 20,
friends
yeah.
and family. When you do 220, you hire a pro.
Yeah.
You don't hire.
Yeah, they hired
you
me.
Don't
I have
hire
a
Dennis.
podcast.
Yeah.
Are
Well,
they paying you?
I honestly think that the only reason I've been hired is because of this podcast and speaking at it.
And
they-
I honestly think it probably makes you easily the most qualified person.
I think
you
so,
at least
too.
know what it's like to talk with a little bit of pressure and a
This
filter.
is like when Dennis hired me to speak at his wedding. I was like, you know that I was in the trailers for reading and I can't fucking talk.
You read a line though. So they sent me like an outline of what they wanted, and they don't want any mention of God or anything like that. But it's like 30 pages with like 5 different options in each section. So you have like a welcome section, you have like the presenting of rings, you have like all this sort of stuff. But I texted them like there's no way I can just go up there and just read what
Stick
you
to
sent
the
me.
script that
Yeah.
they sent you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's gonna be jokes in it for sure. And they're like, well, that's why we picked you, which I guess makes
that's
sense.
nice.
Oh,
that's
that's
nice.
really
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
So I'm trying to like, I think I'm gonna be very joke heavy at the start, kind of introducing myself and then how I know them. And then kind of lean more into the actual ceremony. I do have a good line. Maybe I'll drop it here first.
We'll bleep it out because they
Okay.
listen to the pod.
It-
So do all
and
the
this
people.
might not go
attending.
over well
200
at this.
all 220. Like we have 50. How many thousand listeners do we have now?
Million.
Okay. Oh shit. A million listeners. So 225 people. At least like 30 are going to be there.
Well,
So
I know for
we'll
a
bleep it
fact
out.
that they don't listen to it because they always come up and go. I went to this guy's bachelor party and he introduced me to people saying I have a Twin Peaks podcast, and I didn't correct him on that. So
oh god. Okay.
You got to work the podcast into at least a little bit of this speech.
Oh yeah.
I will. I think if people ask me like where do I workshop my jokes?
Oh, well, we're invested in this now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's help.
All right,
What is
so
your
the
move?
only joke I'll give you is I guess I'll say the first two lines. Welcome to all of you who gathered today to share in the ceremony with Brianna and Russell. To those who don't know me, I am your officiant, and my name is Dennis. But today you can call me Father John Misty.
No, I don't think that's gonna land.
That's where I first met him at a Father John Misty.
I like
concert.
If you can
That's
tailor
good.
that
Yeah.
in, that's
if
good.
you know
Yeah.
you got at least five. All you need is 5 people to know that joke.
Yeah.
You don't need.
I
that
remember
much.
that.
And then I lean into this. I'm hoping for a big laugh on this one. Here's a fun fact about me. I'm currently living my nightmare speaking in front of this many people. I have checked multiple times to make sure I'm fully dressed and not wearing just my underwear. So that's a
pretty good.
joke that I think you got to play with some older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Would
not gonna
be
kill
funny
with you
if-
guys. Okay.
Would be
You could
funny if
tighten it up a
if
little
your
bit.
pants fell down right at that point.
That would be funny. Yeah. Or
What?
if you,
Am I
You have like a
full
draw,
clown?
a drawstring and whoosh, they're all out.
it would be funnier if like you're not just wearing your underwear, you're wearing like a tie.
Wait, where's the tie?
And it's like a normal tie position. Like, it's like
Should I have a flower that shoots water too?
Yeah, absolutely.
that is,
I thought you
think-
thought this through, Dennis.
I think you could reuse my favorite Andy Samberg joke from the James Franco roast, where he's like, who else can I roast? Who else is in this room? Oh, right. God is here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think you could kind of work in like
yeah,
a version of
okay.
that. Would be really funny.
They don't want you to say God, but your
But, like-
job is to say God as many times as possible.
I'm trying to. He's the guy that really likes Coldplay, so I'm trying to figure out
Ooh,
some
a
like
paradise.
religious
You gotta do
line.
the paradise
Ooh,
joke.
Para.
What
Does he-
is
then, like,
what
this
is
r-
Coldplay used to play Monopoly? It's paradise.
Does Russ really love Coldplay?
Okay. Yeah. He does.
Dude, you
paradise.
should-
You get it?
That I would recommend that you sing a little bit because I think that song is the Lights song. If you could sing a little bit of that, like I will guide.
Kevin,
you
2
home.
singing in one episode.
Okay.
Okay. Is gonna be.
I don't know that song.
Oh, it's like
I
their
don't
best
know.
song.
Oh yeah, he just did a really bad
Lights
job
will
singing that.
guide
To
you
miss you.
home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
okay. To
Yeah.
fix you. Okay.
And then I have a joke that I haven't gotten to yet, and this might be too cheesy. So tell me.
Okay.
So there's a section where you just have to talk about love itself and like what it is. And so I was gonna start and say, "What is love?" And say, "Baby, don't hurt me."
No, I got it. Dennis. You just say, "What is love?" You wait like a beat, and then you just start kind of doing the head bob.
Ooh.
Or I say, "What is love?" And I point the microphone to everyone.
is love?
Baby,
That's good.
don't.
That's good.
Yeah.
If people don't get it, you can start doing
Okay,
that.
See, that's
And then
that's
you
a
bring
joke
it back
where,
and you say, "Don't hurt me."
but that's a joke where I'm like, okay, I just said a very serious part, and now I'm transitioning
Yeah.
to my next part, and I go, "What is love?"
Okay, Dennis, I have the
Baby, don't hurt
joke.
me.
No, I have the joke. So you say, "All right." So this part wants me to say, "What is love?" Wait a beat. What is love? Wait a beat. Dun,
What is love? Oh shit, that is good.
That is good, Kevin. That is good.
And then you get the crowd involved. And then
Ooh, or if you could get the anyone else involved on stage that just starts doing that.
Somebody comes next to you.
On stage, it's just me, the bride and groom.
Oh, all right. We'll get them involved.
Bonjour, je suis le grand musique.
Je suis la jeune fille.
What is this for? Like in the middle of it?
Yeah, in the middle, we're just gonna put it in there, like, "Hey, thanks for listening. Don't forget."
We're not talking like that.
Okay.
I refuse to make it sound like a commercial.
Yeah,
You just got to tell everyone that they need to follow us on social media at Pick Freaks on TikTok and Instagram, and to give us 5-star rating. You can roast us, but don't give us less than 5 stars.
Yeah.
That's all we have to say.
So just say that.
Is there
Kevin,
any?
go.
Yeah, if you're listening,
Just cut what I
now,
said and put it on there. Who cares?
Muzzy now comes with 4 videos, 2 audios, a script book, parent's guide, a new exciting CD-ROM, plus this free bonus with your paid order.